University as my team and I looked out over the quad where we had put on a concert for the students. And for a moment we enjoyed the sight, and after a bit I decided to go down into the middle of the crowd and enjoy on a more personal level and dance and sing with them. And as I got down into the middle of the crowd, I was suddenly struck forcefully on the head. My vision blurred, and for a minute I blacked out completely. And I just clung my head, and I made my way out of the crowd and sat down on the grass trying to make sense of my balance and what had just happened. And just as my vision began to return to me, the sounds of the concert were replaced by a loud ringing and roaring noise. And at that point, I thought it would pass, but that night actually would affect my life for years to come. And that's why today I want to talk to you about why bacon is my favorite breakfast food. Now you might be wondering what bacon or any breakfast food has to do with a head trauma, and I wouldn't blame you at all. But today I want to talk to you about neuroplasticity. And I want to talk to you about one of the building blocks that our bodies need to help our brain along in recovery. An article in the U.S. National Library of Medicine written by Eberhard Fuchs and Gabriel Fluge states the brain is not stagnant, but is incredibly resilient with the ability to mend, restore, and repair. In the late 1960s, this phenomenon was coined neuroplasticity. This theory was revolutionary in its day, as up until this point, it was widely believed that the brain was stagnant with a limited number of neurons that once lost could not be regained. While of course that implied that any trauma suffered to the head wouldn't be permanent, it would not be able to mend. But with this discovery of neuroplasticity came the question of how. How does our brain repair? What does it need to do that? How does it grow? Recent studies show that healthy fats are an essential building block to our brain's process and recovery. So why bacon? Animal fat is considered to be one of these healthy fats that our brains need. Not only is it incredibly enticing in its aroma, or unparalleled in its flavor and texture, and loved by basically everybody on the planet, but it also carries one of the essential things that we need for our brains to be healthy and to repair. After the concert, it would take me 5 years and 6 specialists to find one doctor who could tell me what had caused these strange chronic symptoms that I had been suffering from. And what did he prescribe? Bacon. Well, not bacon exactly, but fats. He told me that I was suffering from up to 3 concussions, and that I would take tripling the fat intake in my diet in order for my brain to be able to repair and heal itself. Over the past few years, my symptoms have all but disappeared, and I have discovered that not only are our brains incredibly resilient, but that my initial love of bacon has paid off and is far more essential to my life than I ever could have imagined. I will leave you with a quote from Jasper Fforde. Almost anything can be improved by bacon. And I will conclude with this, that has been especially true for my brain.